Hey y'all, welcome back to Knitting in Our Jeans.
Yes.
I'm Liz.
I'm Carolyn.
And on Instagram and Ravelry, you can find me as Toolizzforyou, Toolizzforyou.
And I'm cpredmor on Ravelry, and on Instagram I'm usually posting as Knitting in Our Jeans. And yes, we're sitting here in sweaters. Yeah.
Because we finished them.
And because on Friday, my husband and I put the air conditioner in that's over there. So
if you hear that background noise,
it's the air conditioner.
It's the air conditioner, and
that's the only way we have these sweaters on.
And not even that. It's still over 90 degrees in New York, or at least outside where we are right now. It's 93 degrees. That doesn't take into account the heat index.
Right.
It was over 100 the last, 3 days. This is the third day. It's been a heat index of over 100.
We've had a migraine for the past 3 days.
Yeah. Your girl didn't go into the office on Friday.
I helped put the air conditioner in on Friday, and it just kept getting progressively worse as the day went on. And it was on the left side of my head. Mm-hmm. And I took a nap in the afternoon thinking that would be helpful. It was worse. Proceeded to keep getting worse. You showed up at 11?
Ish, yeah.
Ish.
I wasn't expecting to stay the weekend, but
it was so hot.
It was so hot. I had a headache, and we'll explain in a further segment why I came over in the first place on Friday night. But
so then we got up on Saturday, and we weren't working this weekend, so that was good because the headache had moved from one side to the other. So for me, that meant it was moving, which was good. And I got up to watch the Tour de France and proceeded to take either aspirin or Advil every
2 hours.
2 hours, right. Advil 4 hours apart, aspirin 4 hours apart, but because there were different chemical composition, there was something every 2 hours. And that kept it down to a dull roar.
Where we were only going, Mah.
Yeah, really, with ice packs and everything else. And then today was much better.
Yes.
Much better. I've only been taking aspirin, I think. So anyway, much better. So I'm sure it's heat related.
Oh, yeah.
Or pressure related or something like that.
Yeah, there's a storm coming in tomorrow, all day tomorrow, so who knows?
We were planning on working on the boat. We had gotten some of the tubing to install on the reinstalled second water tank. And
I was ready to come over and knock out my backpack.
Yeah, we were ready to do all kinds of stuff.
That was the plan for today, was we were going to knock out the backpack.
Yeah.
We didn't leave the couch.
We didn't have brain cells to put together until, I guess, about dinner time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dinner time, we got our oomph back.
There's next weekend.
There is.
Anyway, but we are wearing sweaters.
That we finished.
Yes. This is my fond memories. Let me stand up. And you can see I have
neither have been blocked.
That's right. So you can see the color gradient. My sleeves, if you remember last week I said I had saved some of the purple to start this sleeve. What's that piece of chrome? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad I did because this one was starting to get dark at the bottom. This obviously
gets dark at the sleeve or at the elbow.
This is 1 inch left to go on the cuff.
Nice.
So they're not exact duplicates, but I think they're pretty close.
Yeah.
In terms
and it looks great.
The sleeves. And it all kind of blends together. And then there is a, not a 3-needle bind off, it is an I-cord. An I-cord bind off for the neck, and
up at the top, we can't see that one. No.
Nope. All right.
No.
There's a keyhole, at the top.
It's above the
camera.
Yeah.
So, I did try this on before I closed in the keyhole.
Yes.
To make sure my head would go through it.
Multiple times.
And it does. And I'm very pleased with it. So
it looks really good.
I'm very, very pleased. So this was
a good use of gradient.
Repurposing. This had been a shawl.
The gradient had been a shawl.
Yes. And this was part of the gift.
Part of the Tanya
D-sash. Yes. And so I think it's a really good use of stash. So taking apart a project that I wasn't going to wear, that shawl, and putting it towards something I am going to wear. And I'm really pleased with it. Well, you discuss what you're wearing. I'm taking this off.
Yeah. So mine is my Soldotna. I made it to about, so I made the body pattern to about 10 inches from the underarm. I haven't measured it yet because it's going to grow when I block it because it's alpaca. So actually this is, the pink or the peach is the Galler Yarns.
It's very pretty.
Alpaca, and the rest is another alpaca DK. It'll be on my project page. But it is so soft. It is very warm. Like,
yes,
it's comfortable. Like, it's really nice, and it's really soft, so it'll be really nice to wear, but it's real hot.
That's
so
good.
we might...
You've been cold in your building.
I have been cold in my office. But I really love it. As I said, I did make it longer than the pattern by about double. But I'm glad I did because I'll definitely wear this more.
Yes.
And
what do you mean, say double?
So she has hers at like 5 repeats of the pattern.
Oh.
I did 10 repeats of the pattern.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I think that is much better.
So I also just realized looking on camera that I have a skirt that is this exact teal color.
Mm-hmm.
It'll look so cute
That'll
with that.
be great.
I'm real excited about
that. That is fantastic.
I know. That'll be
good.
a really cute outfit.
Very good.
But I think this will just become a very good addition to my rotation. I am going to block it when I get home. I just didn't want it to be wet
in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to take this off. And there go my glasses, because that's how it goes.
Yes.
And then, I don't know if the rest of you follow Shelby, Gigi's daughter, but you should.
Yeah,
she's great.
She is.
And, I mean, follow Gigi, too.
She's even better in person.
Oh, yeah. So, it's not dry yet. So, she designed these t-shirts that say, drink your water, eat your vegetables, wear your sunscreen, and mind your business. So I got a tank top, because then I can wear it, like, when I work out, because apparently it's a thing, those, like, motivational t-shirts are a thing when you're working out, and I don't have many, or any, so this is my first one. I'm really excited. If you are going to order it, just be aware that if you're sensitive to smells, it might smell a little plasticky because of the heat during shipping. I realized that.
Interesting.
Well, I tried wearing it on Thursday or Friday when it showed up, and I couldn't take it, so I brought it over to throw it in the washer and dryer. All better.
Seems fine.
I got the regular racerback, I think, and it's super soft, and it fits really well. I'd put it on, but it's a little wet, and I just don't like putting on wet clothes. Stuff. Yeah. But yeah, definitely take a look at her stuff. She just designed another thing, but I thought this was really cute. So I got one, and I wanted to show you all. So what else have you been working on? Mostly that top, right?
Mostly that top.
Oh, and then I get to ask you the best question that you revealed what you did. I'm so excited. I can't wait to prompt you on this next statement.
Idea.
Well,
anyway,
we'll talk about
my
sewing.
Hematite.
Yes. Yes.
And
you picked it back up this afternoon.
I did, after I finished my fond memories. And I put it on 2 needles so that the yarn management was better.
Okay.
It just looks concocted now, but
that happens.
It is. There we go. It is better. Promise me. I promise you. It is better.
That's good.
So I gotten the body down that far and then decided to go back, and what my plan is to finish the sleeves. It is just garter stitch on the sleeves for 3 inches, and then I do a decrease round, and then you do a decrease round every 8 rounds 5 more times. So they're talking about 3 inches and then 40 rows to get to the length of the sleeve, which should be fine. They're talking about 9 inches from the underarm. So considering I intended this to be a summer sweater, I think that's just fine. Sounds perfect. There's a cuff detail that goes to 6, 12, 12 and 8, 20 rows that will give it a nice kind of lump type of focus. So that it shows as a cuff.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to knit up pretty fast. So I'm thinking that I'll be able to finish this week. And then that'll be another. And I'm getting my needles back. I realized that one of the reasons I can now have these sleeves each on their own needle is that I liberated a size 4. So I'm getting my needles back, which is aces. I'm really pleased. And there's about 4 more needles up there that can be put back. I have one of those hanging needle organizers, and I actually use it. I will, after we finish taping, I will put those needles back, and then they'll be ready to rock and roll the next time I need them. So it's getting a little less crowded underneath. So I'm really pleased. A little less.
And once you finish the hematite, is that when you're going to
work with my Jill Draper? Yes.
So remember how we had? Did we show you originally how the pink ball became 2, and then Mom made it become 3 because of that was the top, the dress,
and then this was the leftover, and then this was the second cake.
Yeah.
This has not been washed.
No, these have.
But see the difference.
Yeah.
So these are much softer.
Yes.
Than this. So this will be put back into a skein and washed. But I also washed
and then
the turquoise hand wound this baby.
I have a feeling mine might be a slight bit more green, so it might be a bit more like green, but this might match my artichoke French. But I think that'll be a great
This is my bright
sweater.
And this is my dark. And I think this is going to be a great Rhinebeck sweater. So that's my aim.
It'll be good to teach.
Size 6 and 7s are the needles that they're suggesting for gauge. So I will, once I finish the sleeves on this cardigan, I will then probably work on no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to finish the sweater.
Finish the sweater.
Just get it done and gone, and put those needles away, and then get out the size 6s and 7s and do the swatch for this.
Yes.
And get rolling on this.
Yeah.
Because I really do think I can finish that cardigan.
By Rhinebeck?
By next week. Easily, because it's just garter stitch. Yeah. So that's the plan. So hopefully by next Sunday I will be working on the swatch for this. I can't wait. I think this is going to be great. And the difference in the feel from pre-washed to washed is amazing. So all I did was
my gray one we'll put through the wash before I use it.
I put it in the bathtub in the skein, and I tied a couple extra strings around it. And I actually, like crushed grapes. I got on it and stood on it and stomped on it in the shower.
With Euclid or?
No, just water. Just
nice.
Cold water. And then let it drain, and then I squeezed it. Didn't wring it, I squeezed it. And then we've got a clothes hanger type of dryer rack in the tiny shower. It's a shower that in this house that no one uses because there's not enough room. It's not wide enough for me to lean over. So if you drop the soap, you'll knock yourself out.
My cousins describe it as or family describe it as a cruise shower, where you lather up the walls and just go swish, 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 swish.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely
and there's
ridiculous.
No light.
No, there's no light in the shower.
It's very dark.
It's very dark. And the shower is, of course, interior to the room. So
it doesn't have like a curtain. It's just it's like a tiled box.
Yeah, tiled box with a glass door. I think it could spell for serious head injury, because when you drop the soap, the first thing I do is try to lean over and pick it up. And yes, I clonk my head really good on the tile. So that's why we only dry yarn in it.
We dry things in it.
Yeah, we dry things in it. So that works out pretty well. So I've got all this ready for my Rhinebeck sweater for hopefully getting started next week. So I'm very pleased.
So
very, very pleased.
We're on the same track because I swatched for one of my Rhinebeck sweaters.
Yes, you
today.
did.
And I've actually run it through the washer and dryer to confirm that the gauge, because I will be washing and drying this sweater since it is super washable. Yes, I did cut the yarn. If I need this, I will rip it out. If I don't need to, I won't. But if I do need it, I have no problem with frogging it at the end. But I did want, since it's going to be my Rhinebeck sweater, since it's the Ninnilchik by Caitlin Hunter, and I am going to be doing modifications to it, I wanted to make sure that I had the gauge right, and specifically the washed gauge.
And do you?
I haven't checked yet.
Ah.
I have not checked yet. It's in my bag.
Is it? Okay.
Yes. So let us check.
They're like yarn balls the size of heads.
Yeah.
This reminds me, this is the size of the watermelon your father got me.
Oh my goodness. So here is it. And we are, we're still at 5 stitches per inch, which is what we're supposed to be at. So
you've got it.
I've got it. I was hoping to maybe get 6, because it's the Ninnilchik is the Ninnilchik Swoncho.
It's huge.
It's huge. As it
Not
is.
a sweater I'm ever going to make.
No, but I'm editing it.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, this is patterns A through D, and this is. There is 1, 2, there might be 2 more after this, or 1 more after this, and that's then when you divide for the sleeves. I'm
long about your waist.
Only going to do this much, and then divide it for my sleeves because of the stitch count. That's when it makes sense also for me. I would actually really like to bring it up 1. I just have to maybe do a little bit more math.
I've been doing math all afternoon.
Which I might still do, just because now that I've seen how the yarn behaves, that might be the best thing for me. But as it is, it looks like I've cut about 17 inches off of the circumference.
Good idea.
Just because I also, which looks amazing on almost everyone I've seen it on. I mean, almost everyone we saw at Rhinebeck looked amazing.
I don't remember. Sorry.
They were just all so good, and
the patterning is amazing.
It is. Caitlin does great things.
Yes.
Does great things. But yeah, so I also want to be able to wear it to work and to wear it under a coat. So I would need to bring the sleeves. I just want to bring the armholes up a little bit more. So that's what I'm thinking. And what the first of the Rhinebeck sweaters is going to be. I actually left the other 2 downstairs.
How many Rhinebeck sweaters are you making?
Well, we have 3 days.
You're making a sweater for each of 3 days.
I'm going to try.
Okay.
First, we're doing this one, and then we're going to do the one for Sunday.
Okay.
So, the reason I came over on Friday is because a friend of mine and I had a crazy idea. No, before that.
Before that.
Had a crazy idea to be kind of matching on, or coordinating for Rhinebeck. And make a pair of pants and the same sweater.
Oh, that's right. I remember that, yes.
And I lost my mind because I was in pre-migraine or migraine brain. And so I had to come over to my parents and be like, Mom, this is the pattern. This is the pattern.
Lovely.
It is. This is the pattern. I found this fabric. And Mom was like, no.
Linen.
Because it was beautiful. Well, because that's what the pattern called for.
But you all have been to Rhinebeck in October? We're talking about the 20th of October.
Yeah, but there was that one time it was very warm.
Once.
True.
Once. You weren't even there.
I know.
You were at a wedding.
I know.
So all of we've been there in snow.
I know.
All right. So she wanted to make linen pants for Rhinebeck, and I said no.
So we found another wool. I found a wool twill. A wool twill. That will be really nice. So that will show up this week, hopefully. I already bought the pattern. I'm going to print the pattern out at work because free printing. And then I will probably get moving on that once we get the backpack done and the coat done. Or somewhere in there.
Dresses.
Yes, that was where I was going with this as well. So I came over and I was like, Mom, this is what I want to do. So I'd already packed like one change of clothes to stay the night, but of course we were both in migraine pain. So negotiating and telling me that I should not buy the forest green cryptosheen as well took a very long time.
It did.
It's a really pretty forest green, y'all. And it was on sale.
Oh, it was very pretty fabric. I won't argue with that, but
not for pants.
Rhinebeck.
Those weren't for Rhinebeck.
Oh.
That was just for having.
Oh, well, I didn't quite get that.
Oh.
Migraine brain.
Maybe we go back and get that. We'll see. It was only like $6 a yard.
That's really cheap.
I know.
Okay.
Maybe I go back and get it. So then, so that's why I came over, and then I ended up staying the weekend because it's just been too hot to think about
it's been incredibly
leaving
hot.
the house. So Mother then told me this morning that she had a little bit of a fabric issue.
Yes. I found these patterns
that we showed you last week.
That's right. And I had fabric. And I've got a stretchy seersucker and a stretch cotton.
The tool.
The toile.
Oh.
Yes. And then I was getting set to cut them out.
I hiccuped in the middle of that word.
And I said, this doesn't seem right. Something's wrong. And I realized that when I had ordered the patterns, I didn't have them in hand. So I was reading off the back of the pattern online. This is a problem for me. And I know it's a problem for me, but I didn't really take that into account. And I didn't really think about what a shirtwaist dress really requires. Because both of these are fit and flare dresses. So think of a shirtwaist. It's not really kind of a shirtwaist, but it's that kind of shape. So unless I was making something that was fingertip length, there's no way that 2 yards would do it. So anyway, I'm looking at this, and all of a sudden I realized that in each of the patterns, they have a view where the top half is one color and the bottom is another. And that's what I had used for the fabric estimation when I was ordering from Mood. Now, the good news is that I had saved the labels from the original shipment. So I was able to type in the fabric code for each one of my fabrics that I already had in-house.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So I know I got the same fabric. So I ordered another 2 yards of each.
Good.
Yes. So
and I was just reconfirming that I did order enough of my fabric because I had a little bit of slight terror. I did. It's okay. But I also was looking at 2 different pants patterns, so and they required 2 different amounts of fabric. But we did.
You'll be okay?
I will be okay because we decided to do the one that does not have that sash and those kind of interesting fold over panel pleats.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's been a heck of a weekend. There was a lot more that we were planning to get done.
Yeah.
That there was these brains did not cooperate, and it happens. And I'm sure it had all to do with the weather.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So I turned the heel on my second Skew DK sock. So I'm working away on the...
They are just the oddest looking socks.
I know, but they fit so well.
They do. Yes, they do. They do. You're right.
They're odd, but they work. So I'm just going to keep knitting them.
And you wear boots to work. So
I do.
Sounds
I do
excellent.
wear boots to work. So that's what I've been working on, and I now might be going back and getting more fabric from Mood, but you know, it happens.
It happens.
So
I
yeah.
have a coupon thing downstairs.
Oh.
You can use it.
Oh. Well, we'll take a look.
Okay. I didn't throw it out. I think it's on the table.
Okay, we'll look.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm starting my Rhinebeck sweater, one of them, and you'll start yours next weekend probably.
Probably by Saturday or Sunday, yes. Yes. And for those of you who don't remember what I'm talking about this sweater.
Yes.
So,
yes.
it is the Donegal Dreams.
Yes.
Grand prize winner, Quinny Zhang Amber Leafy coat. Because I guess that she has amber as one of her colors.
Mm.
So the amber leafy coat is what I'm talking about having for my Rhinebeck sweater. And it is brioche. And I think it's going to be amazing.
It is.
So
It's going to be absolutely
really
phenomenal.
great.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about it. Anything else?
I guess not.
Time to weave in those ends?
I guess so.
And we have watermelon downstairs, so...
And it's a short one this week, apparently, and because we just...
That
it's
migraine
too
thing.
hot.
It's
Hopefully
very
next
hot.
week we'll have some sewing finished objects to show you.
That would be great.
I'd love to have these socks
I finished
done.
my dress. I finished
Oh.
all the
finishing?
all the finishing. It has been hemmed and everything else.
Very nice.
You reach over, we can pick it up and show them. Yes. So, this dress is completely finished.
Ah, very nice.
I have
very
the
nice.
larger belt,
Yes.
waistband belt on it, and I've made it, I don't know, something like 9 feet long. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm very happy
It
with
has
the neckline.
pockets.
It has pockets. This is a wool challis. So I'm very happy with it. It's going to be a great addition for cruising, for having a dress that is warmish but not overly warm. I think it'd be really good. So I'm
For
very
when you decide to go to a restaurant
Yes,
from the boat.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Because it will pack pretty well. The only thing I have to do is I have to press the sleeve cuffs. They're the only thing that has not yet been pressed. So it is ready to rock and roll. Very happy with the whole thing. So yes, we will see you next week, right?
Yeah.